Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Hello and welcome to Biosciences with Shatri and Sawati. And I'm here with a new series of lecture, and that series is known as inheritance, or you can say that the genetic inheritance, Mendelian inheritance. I will discuss each and everything related to Mendelian inheritance. So in my first lecture, I'm going to explain about the genetic inheritance, a little bit about the father of genetics, George Mendel, then the concepts of the allele, dominant and recessiveness, phenotypes and genotypes, homozygous and heterozygous, each and everything I'm going to share with you. So before starting my lecture, I have a very humble request to all of you to do subscribe my channel, like my videos and share my videos. If you're sharing my videos, you are sharing the knowledge. So keep watching, keep sharing knowledge with other, and do viral the educational content. Okay, what is genetic inheritance or simple inheritance or Mendelian inheritance? Genetics, which is the study of the heredity material, or you can say that the transmission of character from the parents to their offspring. So genetics is the study of the genes, and gene, which is the hereditary material, which is the unit of inheritance. And you know that hereditary material is the DNA, and DNA is basically responsible for carrying all the information related to the all the characters which are going to transfer from parents to their offspring in all organisms, from human to the invertebrates, and even to the unicellular organism. So genetic inheritance is the basic principle of the genetics and explain how characteristics are passed from one generation to the next. Is it clear? You know that during the reproduction, what will happen in male and in female, what will happen, the spermatogenesis and oogenesis, and that spermatogenesis, oogenesis is responsible for the formation of the gametes, that is sperm and egg, and these sperms and egg carry the complete set of genes for the next generation, which will later on fertilize and are fused and to give rise the next generation or offspring. Okay, genetic inheritance occur due to the genetic material in the form of the DNA being passed from parents to their offspring. When organisms reproduce, all the information for growth, survival, reproduction, appearance, even each and everything for the next generation is found in the DNA passed down from the parent generation. Is it clear? Okay, as you're familiar that the DNA with histone protein produces the chromatin material, and that chromatin material condense back in the form of the chromosome, and that chromosome which are you can say that produce are formed during the cell division. Then especially in case of meiosis, these chromosome half become half, and what will happen, then they pass to the next generation carrying the genetic information for the next generation. So much of our understanding of inheritance began with the work of a monk by the name of the George Mendel. His experiment and law of inheritance provide the foundations for modern genetics. In sexual production means the reproduction in which the fusion of the male and female gamete occur. The genetic material of the two parents is combined and passed on to one individual. Means when the sperm and egg fuse, they form the zygote, and then that zygote develop into the embryo, and that embryo is developed into a complete living organism. So the genetic material of the two parents is combined and passed on to one individual or single individual. Although the offspring receive a combination of the genetic material from two parents, certain genes from each parent will dominate the expression of the different traits. Is it clear? Okay. Now, George Mendel, who is known as the father of the modern genetics, from 1822 to 1884, he was an Austrian monk, experimented with pea plant. He thought that heritable factors. At that time, Mendel used the word factors, not the gene. Gene name to that factor was given later on, and I have explained in my lecture from the genetic series. You must go through this series and watch the lecture related to the genes and chromosome structure, history, and each and everything. So heritable factor retain their individuality generation after generation. The principle of genetics were developed in the mid 19th century, means the work of the Mendel was rediscovered at that time. Experimented with pea plants by crossing various strains and observing the characteristics of their offspring. Is it clear? Okay, that is little bit about the George Mendel. Now, Mendelian inheritance, you can use the word Mendelism or Mendelian genetics, is a set of the primary tenets related to the transmission of the hereditary characteristics or characters from parent organism to their offspring. It underlies much of the genetics. They were initially derived from the work of the George Mendel, published in 1865 and 1866, which was rediscovered in 19th century and were initially very controversial. Okay. George Mendel studied inheritance of the 7 traits in pea plants and first used the term dominant and recessiveness. Proposed similar but separate inheritable characteristics, one from each parent letter, to be called genes. As I have discussed, that Mendel used the word factor, not the gene. Is it clear? So that factor is now known as gene. Okay. The unit of inheritance, as we are familiar, that is the gene. Gene is present in the form of alternate form of the alleles. Traits are controlled by the alleles, and alleles are what? These are the alternate form of the gene. So here I am not going to share much information related to the gene, so must watch my lecture about the genes and chromosome. Okay, so each and everything will be clear upon Jupiter. Found on the homozygous chromosome at a particular position, and that position at which the position at which the gene is present on the chromosome. Just suppose these are the 2 chromosomes, one from the father and other from the mother, and you can see here the genes, 3 genes are present, A, B, C. These are the 3 genes. The position is known as the gene locus. Is it clear? The position at which the gene is present, that is known as gene locus. So these genes are present, you can see here, in the form of the alternate form that is known as allele. So you can see here 2 chromosome, 3 genes, and each gene has its 2 allele. So 6 alleles are present, 3 genes are present on 2 chromosomes. This is basically the concept of the allele and gene. One allele must be the dominant, maybe both alleles are dominant, maybe both alleles are recessive. I will show you later on. The dominant allele marks the expression of the other allele that is recessive. Dominant allele will express, but the recessive allele will not express. Now, dominant and recessive. Dominant allele is represented by capital letter. As you can see here, the capital B, this is the capital B, that is the dominant allele. Is it clear? And you can see a small b, that is the recessive allele. So this dominant allele will mask the expression of the recessive allele. During what? During mating. In simple word, you can say the allele which expressed when parent form their offspring, their next generation. So the dominant allele which expressed in the F1 generation is known as the dominant allele. Is it clear? So this is the concept related to the dominant and the recessive allele. Recessive, like you can say that this capital B is responsible for the black eye color, and the small b is responsible for the blue eye color or brown eye color. So what will happen if it is present in the homozygous form, then it will be black. When it is present in the heterozygous form, and if it is black, it means the B is the dominant allele, because in heterozygous form, the character which appear in the heterozygous form is known as the dominant character, and the allele for that character is known as the dominant allele. And the other, here you can see mask, that is the recessive. Is it clear? Okay. Now the genotype and the phenotype. Genotype is the genetic makeup of the organism or individual, expressed in letters. You can see if you say that this is the homozygous black, this is the heterozygous black, and this is the recessive homozygous, you can say that homozygous brown. So it means that you are telling the genotype. Is it clear? So genetic makeup of, if you show that this is homozygous, this is heterozygous for that trait or character, so this is what? This is the genotype. Is it clear? That is the genetic makeup of it. Similarly, the phenotype is the physical appearance which you can observe with your naked eye. Like you say that this is brown, black, short, tall. This is what? This is phenotype. Is it clear? Genotype, which is the genetic makeup, and phenotype is the physical appearance. If you say that that individual is homozygous, that individual is heterozygous for that trait or character. Okay. Now the homozygous and heterozygous. Homozygous, what will happen? Both alleles in the genotype are same. Like there is another example of the purple flower. In purple flower, you can see this is the homozygous purple. This is also the purple. Phenotypically, typically both are purples. This is purple, this is purple. Phenotypically both are purple. Genotypically this purple is homozygous, and genotypically this purple is heterozygous. And this white color is homozygous recessive. Is it clear? This is homozygous dominant. This is heterozygous purple, but one allele is dominant and other allele is recessive. Is it clear? So heterozygous, one allele is dominant and one is recessive. So this is all about the phenotype, genotype, allele, homozygous, heterozygous. So the basic concept I'm giving you here, and I hope so the lecture will be clear upon you people. Kindly note down all these information. So what is the Punnett square now? Punnett square are used to show the mating of the two parents and the possible offspring they can produce. So this is used for the mating purposes. Like you can see here, you put the male gametes or female gametes, and on the other side you can put a male, and you can easily show the number of offspring and their genotype and their phenotype through the Punnett square. Is it clear? Okay. Mendel observed 7 pea plant traits that are easily recognized in one of two forms. Like Mendel selected the flower color, flower position, stem length, seed shape, seed color, pot shape, pot color, and you can see all the characters, 7 characteristics which were observed by the Mendel. And Mendel deduced the underlying principle of the genetics from these patterns, like the dominance, segregation, independent assortment, which I will discuss one by one in my upcoming lecture. I hope so each and everything will be clear upon you people. And if you have still any question, write down in the comment box. Thank you very much. Till then, Allah Hafiz.